up, YouTube? Today I am doing the most honest Q&A ever. I am doing all the questions that I always avoid. Why do I avoid these questions? Because they're usually about boys and sex, and body parts, and things that I'm just like not really that comfortable talking about. That's because I'm really, really awkward. But in this Q&A, I'm gonna be 100% honest and real with you guys. Now keep in mind, guys, I am 26, so just because I've done some of these things in these videos doesn't mean that you're 16 and you can go do it. So don't go to mom and dad and be like, but Azzy did it, Azzy did it. No, I did these mistakes so you guys don't have to. Deal, deal. This is one of my most requested Q&As. Like, Azzy, do a serious Q&A, serious Q&A. Like, why? You guys see me 7 days a week. Aren't you guys sick of me yet? But it seems like all of you want to know more about me, so I'm going to share. Azzy, are you a virgin / when did you lose your virginity? Hey mom, I can't explain to you how many of you asked me this question. So I get to ask this question like every day. And I guess I can't avoid it anymore. So yeah, here's my awkward story about how I lost my virginity. Fucking kill me. Okay. I can do this, I can do this. My first serious boyfriend, we were dating for about 3 months, and on Valentine's Day, we had a really romantic evening, and that is when I lost my virginity. I'm dying of embarrassment right now. Now, I thought I was completely in love, and this story gets a little bit dark. Basically, I was hearing from people that he was cheating on me, and I was like, nah, I don't believe that. So one day my friend was like, dude, like I saw him go into this girl's house on my street. Cause I know a lot of people in Toronto. And I'm like, no way. So I went to that girl's house and I knocked on the door and I was like, and guess who opens the door? Yeah, it was my ex-boyfriend. So literally, like I still remember the look of pure horror on his face. Like he went completely white and he was like, Azzy, I can explain, let's talk about this. And I'm still so proud of myself. I didn't cry in front of him. I kept my cool and I was like, I started laughing. I was like, I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. And I turned around and I walked away. He like chased me down the street and like begged me. And I like somehow kept my cool. I jumped into a cab and I went straight to my best friend's house. And my best friend was with her boss. Now her and her boss, they've been childhood friends forever. So it's like not that big of a deal, but it was the first time I had met her boss. And I walk in, she lives in an apartment. I walk into her apartment and I just start in front of him. Like I'm not even inside her apartment. I'm like in the hallway of the apartment. Just start bawling. And I start crying and like rolling on a wall. And I'm like, ah! Like really loud and obnoxiously. And her boss is like, nice to meet your friend. And I'm just like literally losing my mind. And she's like, I felt really bad for you, but it was really funny too. So yeah, that was. Tell us about your first kiss. So you want to know about my first kiss, eh? Really not that special, but I'll tell you anyways. At school, when I was younger, I was pretty young, we used to live, my friend used to live across the street from the school, and we would always go to his house to hang out because his parents were like AFK. No, for real, like, I don't even know what his parents were doing, but they were never around to like watch over us. Like, he literally could have murdered someone and they wouldn't even know. Anyways, that's besides the point. So we used to go to his house and we used to all hang out, and then one day we were playing Truth or Dare, and the dare was I had to kiss him. Now I was super nervous because I had never kissed anyone, but I had practiced kissing my hand a couple times. Something like that. Anyways, so I kind of missed his mouth. It kind of landed half on his cheek and half on his lips. And again, I didn't know how to kiss. I had like stored up saliva because I didn't want it to be dry. And I just spat all over. Super romantic. Now my second kiss was also that Truth or Dare to a girl. I guess that answers the next question, was have you ever kissed a girl? I kissed a girl and I liked it. Hi mom. Another really awkward question. Why do you always show your boobs? Let me just start this because I don't give an F. This is me, and if I want to show my boobs, I can. I spent my whole childhood being completely ashamed of them. Like, I was the first person to develop, and I was so embarrassed that I would cry every night, and I would like wish on stars, and I would pray, and I'm not even religious, and I'd be like, please, like, let them go away. Like, I hated them because none of the other girls had them. And I developed such a bad habit of like hunching my back because I was trying to hide them. So that's why I have such bad posture right now, because I used to, like, as a kid, I was hunch over because I didn't want anyone to see my boobs. So I spent my whole life hiding them. I am sick and tired of that. I am finally completely happy with my body, and I don't give a F. So if I want to show them, that's fine. And I think that anybody can do whatever they want. Every single girl has boobs. I don't see what the big deal is. And like, I'm not gonna wear different clothes than every other girl just because my boobs might be bigger than other girls. I don't think that's fair, and I think that there's nothing wrong with them. So sorry if it bothers you, but this is me, and you can either take it or you can leave it. Do you have any piercings or tattoos? I do. I have 2 tattoos. I got both of them mainly because I was trying to rebel. So my parents, when I was growing up, were super strict. They're not anymore. Now I can do whatever I want. But when I was younger, my parents were really strict, and I kind of just wanted to do something that I wasn't allowed to. So I was like, I'm gonna do something badass and get a tattoo. And to be honest, I kind of regret the tattoos. I don't regret having tattoos. I just regret that they weren't for like a more meaningful reason, if that makes sense. I wish that I had some meaning behind the tattoo, something that like I could look at it and it could be like, this means something to me. This is important. It's not important to me. It's just there, and I'm just like, okay. I even forget I have them. Like, that's how much they mean to me. Mom, if you're watching this, you can't ground me anymore. Cash me outside, how about that? What are you most afraid of? You guys might already know this, but I have an actual irrational fear of mold. Like, I am so terrified of mold. It grosses me out. It makes me feel like it's just all over me, climbing inside of me. And I'm scared of mold for 2 reasons. One, being that I took biology in school, and I know the consequences of getting mold in your lungs are pretty severe. So the second reason why I am so terrified of mold is, did your mom clean your house? Probably. Did your mom wash the walls and the ceilings and was super OCD about clean? No, probably not. Probably not as much as my mom. Like, my mom used to wash chicken before she made it, like food going bad, like we didn't keep leftovers for very long. So my mom was super anal about keeping things clean and stuff, which is a good thing, but like to the part where it was like really, really OCD, and because of that, I am terrified of mold. So my fear of mold is so extreme that one of my ex-boyfriends chased me around the house with moldy bread and moldy cheese once, and I legitimately started crying because he thought it was funny, but I was like, dude, I'm terrified right now. Like, step away, I'm about to break up with you. And Jordy even, you guys probably saw the video, What's My Mouth Challenge, pretended to put a rotten tomato in my mouth, and I lost my shit. If I look upset, it's because I was very upset. Do the hate comments bother you? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys right now. Of course they bother me. Not as much anymore. When I first started, oh my God, it was depressing. Like, you wake up and you read like tens to hundreds of people telling you that you're ugly, that you're not funny, that you're shit, that you should kill yourself, that you're fat, everything and anything under the sun they have to say about you. And it kind of just like chips away at you. Like, now I've been on the internet long enough that I start putting my focus on the good comments instead of the negative ones, and it really helps, and it makes things a lot easier. They don't bother me as much anymore. If you want to see my really mean comments, I'll link it in the description, so you can kind of see like how I take the mean comments with a grain of salt now. I try to like think of them in a funny way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me anymore, so don't let it bother you guys. And like I said in my reading mean comments video, when somebody has something negative to say, I truly think that it's their own demons and the own shit that they're dealing with, and they're taking it out on you. Because if somebody is like 100% happy with their life, 100% happy with themselves, why would they go waste their time to go be mean to somebody else? It just makes no sense, right? Isn't that right? Do you guys see what I'm trying to say? If someone's ever being mean to you, just feel bad for that person. Don't feel bad for yourself, because whatever they're saying is not true, and it's a reflection of them more than it is about you. What is the most difficult thing about YouTube? Honestly, it's that I haven't really seen my friends or family in like 6 months. So like I have it, but I haven't. It's, you really have to make sacrifices and you have to focus on this. Like all the people who say, oh, this job is so easy, da da da. I work from 9 a.m. every morning until 9 p.m. every night, 7 days a week. I don't get Saturdays and Sundays off. Occasionally, if I want to take a day off to go party, whatever, I have to really get no sleep the week before to catch up for that. Like when we had VidCon, I had to work so far ahead so that I could take VidCon off. And really, and some people are like, oh, you don't know what it's like to work a real job and make less money. I know what it's like to work a real job. I have worked so many real jobs. Let me just tell you guys for a second how many real jobs I've worked. I've worked in a movie theater, picking up people's used condoms underneath the seats, picking up popcorn, picking up dirty diapers, who knows what else. That was my first job when I was 16. After that, I worked at a home hardware store called Home Depot, if you guys know what it is. Not an easy job. After that, I worked in a lab doing research. I did this for free because I was in university for sciences and I just wanted it to look good on my resume. Now this wasn't necessarily, it was a mentally hard job. It wasn't physically hard, mentally it was hard because there's so much that goes into like research. Then I worked as a server in a restaurant. This was physically a very difficult job. And after that, I worked as a bartender in a nightclub. And then I worked for an architectural firm, being a project manager, which was a very complicated job. I was not qualified for it, but I got the job through a friend. So I have worked tons of real jobs, whatever you classify as real jobs. And I know what it's like to work another job, and I can honestly say this is also comparable to a very difficult job. For some people, it's easier. For me, I spend so much time planning my videos, looking into YouTube algorithm, which it's impossible to crack because it's like millions of lines long. But like I said, I used to take mathematics and sciences in school, so I really study YouTube like in a mathematical sense. And I always try to see like what does better and what doesn't work better, like A/B testing. And for me, it is a difficult job, and I don't know how other people take it, but that's how hard I work at this. Another thing too about YouTube is that you go to a regular job and sometimes you sit there and you do the exact same thing every single day. You get used to it. YouTube, every single day. My job is different. I am always being put out of my comfort zone. Like for now, I'm talking about all these things that I'm not comfortable talking about, but I want to share with you guys. So it's definitely takes me out of my comfort zone, and it's something different every single day, and I'm constantly having to learn and try new things and research, and it's definitely a job that keeps on changing on me, so yeah. How many boyfriends have you had? Now this really depends on what we're counting as a boyfriend. So I'm gonna use my judgment here, but I'd say I've had 4 serious boyfriends. Yeah, about 4. Now, I don't really count those boyfriends that you had like in kindergarten as real boyfriends, so I'm not gonna count those. Why did you start doing YouTube? Now, everyone thinks it's for money, but let me tell you guys the story. For the first time in my life, was starting to make really good money at this architectural firm that I was working, as I mentioned previously. And I was in school to become a doctor, which, again, I would have made pretty good money. But while I was working this job, my YouTube started kind of taking off. And I wasn't making any money off YouTube at that point, like barely even to pay for the games that I was playing on the channel. Like I would say I was spending more money to do YouTube than I was making off of YouTube. And I kind of just like I just loved it so much, and I was having so much fun, and I felt like I was creating like an amazing community and making like a YouTube family and just doing things that really made me happy because I hated my job there. Shh, don't tell anyone. And I just kind of decided not to do it anymore, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do YouTube. And I'm like, I don't care if I don't make that much money. I would rather be poor and happy than make money and not be happy, because I'm telling you guys, like I was making decent money there. And then it worked out because here I am now. So that is kind of the story of why I started. And I was also doing some stuff for Before They're Famous, as you guys know. Yeah, I can't speak. I'm still not comfortable in front of a camera after this year of talking to the camera. There you have it, guys, the most honest Q&A ever. I don't usually like doing Q&As that are serious like this. Like I said, I don't want to make this channel just about me. I'd rather make you guys laugh. And also some of these questions were super awkward for me to answer because I'm just an awkward person. Whatever, all these things that I talked about are okay. I just don't want to talk about them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys all so much. If you guys want to leave some more questions, down in the comments, leave me some more questions. Hashtag Ask Azzy. Let me know if you prefer this Q&A or the ones I usually do. I'm still gonna do the ones I usually do more often, but I still want to know what you guys think. I love you guys all so much, and I hope I didn't scare you away by how weird my life is.